Good morning, everyone. I'm Bob DiGiuliano, Regional Director for the Department of Environmental Protection South Central Regional Office. And we're here today to highlight some of the important work being performed in the Conowingo Creek watershed to restore waterways and protect public health and the environment. And to talk more about some of this important work, I'd like to introduce Jessica Shirley, Secretary, Department of Environmental Protection.
Thanks, Bob. Good morning. Thank you for coming out today. I'm Jessica Shirley, the Secretary of the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection. Our mission at DEP is to protect Pennsylvania's air, land, and water. But the second part of our mission is to work as a partner with individuals, organizations, governments, and businesses to conserve and restore our natural resources. And the reason that partner part of our mission statement is so important is because there are many, many people working every day to help achieve DEP's mission to protect Pennsylvania's air, land, and water. That's why I'm proud to be here as a partner with the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission and the Alliance for the Chesapeake Bay to continue making these streams safe for outdoor recreation, including trout fishing. Together, we restored part of the Conowingo Creek thanks to that collaboration and partnership. So I want to say thank you to the Alliance for the Chesapeake Bay, Donegal Trout Unlimited, the Lancaster County Conservation District, Partners for Wildlife Foundation for California University of Pennsylvania, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service for working to support the completion of a stream restoration project on the Conowingo. DEP, my agency, provided more than $300,000 in funding through the Section 319 Non-Point Source Management Grant. The Section 319 grant provides funding to implement non-point source management plans and activities, which basically means improving this stream, to protect Pennsylvania's water from non-point source pollution associated with acid mine drainage, energy resource extraction, agricultural activities, stormwater runoff, and more. Through this, the project here implemented 2,500 feet of stream bank stabilization, which is 1,100 linear feet of access road and animal trail, more than 4,000 feet of livestock exclusion fencing, 4.5 acres of riparian buffer planting. And during this project, the Alliance for the Chesapeake Bay built a heavy use area and manure storage for an adjacent farm. Collectively, this project has made a significant impact on the local watershed and supports a number of Lancaster County-based clean water initiatives. In fact, we can see the results as it reduces sediment by 176 tons per year, nitrogen by 1,260 pounds per year, and phosphorus by 386 pounds per year. These are real results for the local watershed here in Lancaster County. This is an example, a great example of what partnership can do. We want to continue to partner with organizations and encourage applications for our Growing Greener Plus grant and our 319 non-point source management grants, which will open later this month on April 22nd. We want to continue to have opportunities to highlight success stories like this because no one organization can do it alone. It takes a wide range of expertise and the will to get stuff done to improve our air, land, and water resources for the health and safety of present and future generations. Now I would like to introduce Laurel Anders, who is the Executive Director for Administration of the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission.
Good morning. Thanks, everyone. I'm Laurel Anders, Deputy Executive Director for the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. I'd like to thank Secretary Shirley and her staff for partnering with us today to celebrate the success of stream restoration projects and to continue our in-season trout stocking efforts. A few things I wanted to mention today. This is one of many stream restoration projects happening on Pennsylvania's waterways, and collectively, they're making a difference. The DEP has been a great partner, along with other agencies, including the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, the Department of Agriculture, and the Pennsylvania Game Commission on projects like this across the Commonwealth. While we're here in a support role today to highlight recreational opportunities that clean water provides, in many cases, the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission is leading the charge in stream restoration, including identifying high-priority project locations, project design, construction expertise, and achieving maximum benefit for aquatic life and recreational users. While there's a direct local benefit from projects like this one on Conowingo Creek, projects like this also fit perfectly into our overall efforts to improve habitat and fish passage throughout the Chesapeake Bay watershed. Within our Bureau of Fisheries, we have a Division of Habitat Management and a Chesapeake Bay watershed unit. These Fish and Boat Commission staff use a holistic approach that includes stream and lake habitat improvement, sediment and erosion reduction on agricultural properties to stop those types of pollution at their source, and dam removals where dams no longer serve a purpose and impede fish passage. In fact, Pennsylvania is by far the national leader in dam removals across the country. 433 dams have been removed in Pennsylvania since 1912, with 14 dams removed just last year. The combination of all these efforts is resulting in improved water quality here at home and hundreds of miles downstream, improved fish passage for migratory fish species and freshwater mussels, which clean our water through natural filtering, and better recreational opportunities for anglers and boaters. And speaking of those recreational opportunities, we're happy to be here today on this beautiful day, just in a support role to share one of the best ways to have fun on the water this spring, and that's trout fishing. Today we'll be stocking approximately 1,500 trout here in Conowingo Creek, Section 3, with about 2/3 being rainbow trout and the rest being brown trout. We held our opening day for trout season last Saturday, April 4th. So the fish that are being stocked here today will help replenish the streams with more trout for anglers to enjoy over the next several weeks. And if you only fish opening day, there are a lot of people who only fish one day each year, and that's opening day. Today's stocking is a great reminder to get back out there. Trout season is our most popular fishing season, and hundreds of additional trout stockings will occur from now through the end of May. After opening day, anglers can enjoy lighter crowds and hopefully warmer weather like we're experiencing today. Throughout the season, the Fish and Boat Commission will stock approximately 3.2 million adult trout in 684 streams and 130 lakes open to public angling. The average size of those trout for stocking is 11 inches in length and a little bit more than a half pound each. So if you haven't purchased your fishing license yet, you can visit our website to do so. That's fishandboat.com. Finally, I wanted to connect the two things we're highlighting today, stream restoration and trout stocking. All across our state, stream restoration projects like this one have resulted in cleaner water that benefits fish and aquatic life. In Pennsylvania, we're fortunate to have thousands of miles of wild trout streams to enjoy, plus hundreds of stocked trout streams and lakes. In all cases, trout are a sensitive species that require cold, clean water, and they are an indicator of good water quality. The bottom line is, while the trout that come from our hatcheries to a stream or lake near you are likely going to be very temporary residents in streams due to angling pressure, we wouldn't be able to put them here in the first place if there wasn't suitable habitat, including clean water. As anglers, we require access to the streams to enjoy these resources, and in many cases, it's through the generosity of the landowners that we are able to fish for trout so close to home. So I want to thank those who have opened up their properties to public fishing and remind anglers to leave no trace when fishing this spring and throughout the year. Please carry out what you carry in, don't litter, and help preserve access to these cherished Pennsylvania fishing traditions for years to come. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce Chris Thompson, Manager, Lancaster County Conservation District.
Morning, everyone, and again, thank you for coming to Lancaster County. Big welcome to everyone. As Bob said, my name is Chris Thompson, manager of the Lancaster County Conservation District. You might not know, but every county in Pennsylvania, except for Philadelphia, has a county conservation district, and we're that local entity that Secretary Shirley referenced as we work between the state and local government and the local landowners, and so we help to get some of the projects that have been referenced on the ground. We've been here, conservation districts have been here for about 80 years, and we like to lead with a carrot, technical and financial resources. And that mostly is coming out of state and federal funds, so we really appreciate that partnership that we have with them. Secretary Shirley referenced the Simeon Esch project, and it really has been a bellwether for us here in Lancaster County. It encapsulated a lot of the good things that we do, and she referenced the partnerships that have been involved. So, and there were many local groups as well as the state and federal groups that helped to get the projects on the ground. You'll be seeing that a little bit later today. One of the things she didn't mention was that Mr. Esch, Simeon Esch, is an Amishman. He's a well-respected leader in the Amish community. He remembered when the project started, or before the project started, he remembered in 2020, he remembered as a kid playing in the stream, playing in the creek, the one that we're standing over today. And he wanted to bring that back, allow his children to do the same thing. So he worked with the different partners to help restore his stream. Secretary Shirley reviewed all the practices that were put in, the mud sill and stone toes, all meant to help improve the water quality. And as she said, it is producing the results. The water quality, the nutrients that are there have decreased significantly, as well as the sedimentation. So that's a real plus. And it's improving water quality. The other thing it's doing is creating better habitat. We regularly survey our streams here in Lancaster County to see depending on the aquatic life, it tells you what is the quality of the water. And in that stream by Simeon Esch, we have a stream monitor that measures those nutrients and sedimentation. And so we get real-time data to tell if it's healthy. The other thing we're looking for are the fish and the macroinvertebrates. In that stream, in the last 3 years, we've seen a significant increase in the stream darters, which is a native fish that shows the quality and the health of the stream. And more excitingly, we've seen the American eel come back. The American eel, that is a huge bellwether because they are like a barometric measurement of water quality health. And to see it back in the stream, that is a huge plus and a huge indication of how much that stream has improved. So not only are we seeing habitat improvement and water quality improvement, one of the other, and to me even more important results of working with Simeon Esch, as a respected leader in the community, he's become a huge advocate for working and doing this kind of work with his neighbors. So we actually have a contract, a 319 contract with Mr. Esch's upstream neighbor, 3,500 linear feet of the same kind of work, restoration work, and we expect that the eels will continue moving upstream. So very excited by that. This kind of work isn't possible without the funding through the 319 and the Growing Greener grants. So we really appreciate the partnership we have, not only with the local entities to get the work on the ground, but especially with the state agencies, because that's where we get our funding, and it has really helped us to move it forward. One of the mention about the water quality here in Lancaster County through another DEP program, the CAP, the Countywide Action Plan, we've been able to create a watershed report card. This outlines that water quality health. It sets a baseline for all of our watersheds in Lancaster County. And we intend to keep reviewing how are we making progress? How are we taking those public dollars, making an investment so that we can show positive results? And we are seeing positive results. We don't like to talk about the Bay in Lancaster County, right? We like to talk about local water quality, but we know that whatever we do in the county to improve local water, everyone downstream, including the Bay, will benefit. So the dollars invested here, they not only help our local farmers, they help the community, and they help everyone downstream, including the Bay. So again, a big thank you to our state partners for helping to fund and provide some technical expertise to get these projects on the ground. We couldn't do it without them. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. My name is Mike Parker. I'm the Communications Director for the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. Thank you for those who offered the remarks here today, and I just want to let you know what's happening next. So this is the first of several stocking stops here along Conowingo Creek. As you can see, we have a crowd. We always attract a crowd when our stocking truck pulls up. We have students here. Are you guys from Penn Manor High School? All right, thank you for coming out and volunteering today. Appreciate that. So you can see what you're going to see is basically a human chain from our stocking truck down to the creek, where we have 2 volunteers that are operating a float stock. It's basically a large floatable barrel, and they're going to start taking buckets of trout from the truck, handing them down, placing them into the float, and then these volunteers will be walking down, spreading the trout down throughout the stream, so that all the trout aren't ending up in one big spot here like under this bridge. So it makes things more challenging, preserves more access for anglers to go up and down the streams and fish for those trout. And then for our guests here who spoke today, we have arranged to get, so you have a chance to do this yourself, for the secretary and the other guests, that will be actually bucketing some trout into the creek directly from, they'll be lifting the trout in buckets and tossing them into the stream. So we'll do that here momentarily. So thank you everyone for your patience, and thanks for coming today.
Oh, believe me, I had the full DEP getup on. I changed out of it, different hat.
Stone toes, all meant to help improve the water quality. And as she said, it is producing the results. The water stream, and more excitingly, we've seen the American eel come back. The American eel, that is a huge bellwether because they are like a barometric measure.
Alright, and you going in the stream? Did they say it's in the truck? No! Already going in the stream. Somebody in the boat.
This is a 4-weight.